Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Friday, March the 28th. We're here to look at new releases that have been released this week. And on Fridays, it is Freeform Friday. So we look at other things that have caught my attention or leftovers from earlier in the week. And today, it is going to be leftovers from Monday, the Cozy Mysteries. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. Our next sprints are tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. and those go for 5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project, be productive, be creative, close your eyes and rest because it's Saturday. Whatever it is that is your self-care, I'm just creating the time and space and ambiance for that. We do that 3 times a week, every Tuesday and Thursday evenings and Saturday afternoons. Good morning, Elena. How you doing? You're good. Good to hear. Did you have a good sleep? I had a good sleep. I just wanted some more of it. I'll be able to sleep in an extra hour tomorrow. Hour and 20 minutes approximately. Let's see. Where were we? Had we done one sharp stitch? I don't think we did. I think we did corsets and casualties. Whoop. Let's do one sharp stitch and see if it sounds familiar. I don't think we did. Yeah, and the name doesn't sound familiar like something I would say. Let's start here. One Sharp Stitch by Allie Plater, first in a Nimble Needle mystery series. It's only temporary. That's what Shelby Phillips tells herself when she returns to excruciatingly harmless Gwen Lake after her graphic arts career and the office romance blooming with it gets tossed like rejected design mock-ups. Her plan is as simple and foolproof as a tent stitch. Manage the family needlepoint shop during her parents' RV vacation. It's just a month. It's not as if they're retiring, right? When Shelby becomes responsible for hosting a trunk show with local vendors, she's determined to pull it off, even if that means dealing with former classmate Kat Katsaros, a rising entrepreneur specializing in needlework scissors. Kat has changed since high school, and she's angling to take over the nimble needle herself. The tension unspools when Shelby makes a terrible discovery on the morning of the event, Kat's dead body. Shelby can't believe the death was an accident. That's why she's set on exposing who committed the murder with Kat's own equipment. She finds help in a new friend, a potential crush, and the surprising support of her sister and the nimble needle stitchers. Still, Shelby must move quickly to stop the crafty culprit before her maybe not so temporary new life in Gwen Lake comes apart at the seams. Looks like this is set outside of Asheville, North Carolina. I want to double check if we did this one for sure. Yeah, I think we did. Moving on. Live and Let Die by Gretchen Rue. It's summer on Split Pine Island, and the little community is abuzz with excitement. A popular home renovation show will be spending the summer on the island and doing improvements for some of the local residents and businesses. Local pie maker Este March may not be able to make her own luck with her magical baking skills, but she is over the moon when she finds out that her unfinished house will be the star jewel in the makeover series. When the crew for the show arrives on the island, things aren't as sweet as Este and the islanders hoped. The show's producer starts butting heads with everyone until one afternoon she's found dead in Este's house. Now Este needs to uncover who bumped off the unpopular producer, all while she begins to uncover more details about the magic pies making skills that were passed down to her through the generations. She used to believe the luck was random, but as it turns out, she might have more control over it than she previously believed. Can Este find a killer, hone her magic, and make herself at home? Or will a killer set their sights on her before she is able to unravel the mystery? Tastes Like Murder by Jenna St. James, 13th in the Kara Hilder Mysteries. When Trey Wells, owner of Mystic Cove's upscale seafood restaurant, enlists chef Rene Robichaud to craft a menu item with a Louisiana twist, he expects culinary acclaim, not a deadly scandal. But during the grand reveal, the evening turns tragic when a local citizen turns up dead. With questions and motives pointing in every direction, Zane and Kara must figure out the most important questions. Was the murder a warning aimed at Trey or Chef Rene? Or could the victim have been the true target? And if so, then why? In a town where secrets and gumbo simmer just beneath the surface, that's a really awkward. Kara and Zane race against time to uncover the truth before the killer strikes again. A Very Good Death by Kathleen Suzette, 12th in the Cookies Creamery Mystery Series. Living by the ocean should be paradise, but for Maddie Bradford, it's anything but when a local lifeguard turns up dead beneath the pier. Running a beachside ice cream shop with her best friend Chloe usually means scooping sundaes and soaking up the sun, not chasing down a murderer. With her upcoming wedding to Detective Noah Grayson just around the corner, Maddie has enough on her plate. But when the investigation heats up, she's determined to uncover the truth before the killer strikes again. Can Maddie and Chloe solve the mystery in time, or will their seaside town be shaken by another deadly wave? What do you mean, page not found? Let's see if we can find it. There we go. Resort Robbery by Jasmine Webb, 13th in the Charlotte Gibson Mysteries. Fall has hit Hawaii, which means it's the slow season for tourism, but the crime season is as hot as ever. One of the world's most famous diamonds is doing a world tour, and its next stop is Maui, but someone intends to make that its last stop when the diamond disappears from the resort where it was on display. Charlie is immediately hired to find the thief and the diamond, and quickly discovers that the diamond is supposedly cursed, and anyone who desires it too badly is in danger. Of course, Charlie doesn't believe in curses, but bodies soon start falling faster than an overripe coconut on the tree. Charlie can't help but start to wonder, will she find the thief and bring the diamonds back to safety, or is she about to become the curse's next victim? End of that row. Buried Secrets by Jennifer Lush, 2nd in the Fog Point Harbor series. Kat is back in this new Fog Point Harbor novel. Detective Kinley needs her help solving a murder when the body of a young man was found after he was reported missing. The secret surrounding his death unfolds as the two realize his death isn't as simple as they first believed. Dante has been Kat's support since shortly after she moved to this seaside town, but this murder hits close to home for him. One of the suspects is an old friend from high school. Can their relationship survive his connection to the case? The house and the journal gifted to her by her aunt are there to push her in the right direction. This time, there's more aiding her. Kat develops visions and struggles with trusting herself and her new psychic abilities. Will Kat and Kinley be able to solve the case before all the witnesses to that night meet a similar fate? I was just thinking about all these are people from high school. You know, if somebody from I went to high school with was in that kind of situation, I would not drop my life and try to solve the crime. Kidnapped in Little Leaf Creek by Cindy Bell, 26th in the Little Leaf Creek Cozy Mysteries. A commotion wakes Cassie, Tessa, and their loyal animal sidekicks in the early hours of the morning, drawing them straight into a puzzling murder mystery at a family ranch. Determined to find the killer, they soon uncover a tangled web of secrets, lies, and family feuds. With conflicting stories and unexpected twists and turns, discovering the murderer won't be easy. The deeper they dig, the more dangerous it becomes. Can they catch the killer before there's another victim? Recipe included Tessa's lattice cherry pie, which is on the cover. Death in the Dice, first in the Donuts and Dragons series. All right. Remy McEntire is ready to make a sweet, fresh start, and this time it's all about donuts. Opening a donut and gaming shop with her bestie Hazel Glaze, Remy's life is already jam-packed, but when a murder is discovered right outside their brand new shop, things quickly take a twist. With her family's safety, the town's peace, and the grand opening all on the line, Remy has no choice but to glaze over the clues and uncover the truth. Can Remy crack the case before it crumbles her dreams? Etc. Recipes included, it says. What do you mean, page not found? At Duffleton Hall. Let's take a look. It is not coming up. C.S. Woolley. We will do our best to show you everything. Wow, they've got books out until 2026 in this series. Holy moly. Well, I guess that one is not happening anymore. How strange. Never mind, says the author. All right. Well, Emily Organ has one. This series, this author has gotten on my radar. The Whitechapel Widow by Emily Organ, first in the Emma Langley Victorian Mystery Series. Okay, Elena, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. London, 1888. While Jack the Ripper's reign of terror grips the city, Emma Langley's world shatters when her husband is found murdered in Whitechapel. But grief is quickly overshadowed by a startling discovery. William Langley was not the man she thought she knew. As panic fills London's streets, Emma delves into her husband's secret life, uncovering a web of lies that stretches from glittering society drawing rooms to the seedy gambling dens of the East End. Aided by Penny Green, a former reporter with a nose for trouble, Emma follows a trail of blackmail and corruption, but exposing her husband's killer could make her the next victim, and in the shadows of gaslit streets, a murderer waits, ready to strike again. This seems to be a spin-off from her other series, which does have Penny Green in it. Cryptic Cookies by Cindy Stark, 13th in the Cookie Corner Paranormal Cozy Mysteries. Indeed. Thank you, sweetie. When a renowned rune expert is found dead in Honeysuckle Springs, Evie is thrust into a chilling mystery fueled by dark magic, old grudges, and a powerful artifact gone missing. Evie's cozy life takes a chaotic turn when her Aunt Bertie's longtime rival Edwina Harrell returns, only to end up dead with a burned rune clutched in her lifeless hand. The ghastly clue hints at dangerous sorcery, but the truth is even more sinister. An artifact with untold power has vanished, and whoever possesses it may kill to keep their secret. With her police chief husband on the case, her mischievous feline familiar Cookie, offering cryptic hints, and her meddlesome Aunt Bertie and neighbor Gertie stirring up trouble, Evie must juggle baking the perfect snickerdoodles with tracking down a ruthless killer. Can Evie discover the culprit before dark magic strikes again? Read it and find out. Reckoning at Dunhaven Castle by Nellie H. Steele, 9th in the Kate Kenzie Cozy Mysteries. When Kate Kenzie finds herself flung 20 years into the future, she's confronted by a shocking revelation. Her life has changed in ways she could never imagine. Faced with a future she had never envisioned, Kate is caught in a web of intrigue, magic, and unexpected family ties. But something darker looms within the castle walls. Her visions, foreboding glimpses of danger surrounding someone close to her, drive her to uncover what secrets have twisted her family's past and threatened their future. And when an old enemy resurfaces, Kate must decide whom she can trust as she races to protect those she loves. With shadows thickening around Dunhaven Castle and her memories stirring up long-buried secrets, Kate faces her greatest challenge yet. Can she piece together the truth before time runs out, or will the secrets of Dunhaven Castle finally claim her for good? Just a couple more. In Grave Danger by Casey Griffin. The first in the Charm Island mystery series. She tried to escape the past that literally haunts her, but this time it's not letting her leave without a fight. The last place Violet Woods wants to be is Charm Island, where her fiancé died 5 years ago. But when her father is injured, the 27-year-old jeweler has no choice but to return home. What she hopes is a quick stopover turns into a supernatural nightmare when she's greeted by the ghostly love of her life, a body floating in the harbor, and her dad's name at the top of the suspect list. Certain the sheriff will bungle the case, Violet is possessed by the need to clear her dad's name, only to discover he hasn't been completely transparent. She tries to scare up clues while steering clear of her former life, not to mention old feelings for Max, her fiancé's best friend, and her lead suspect. But when she learns her spectral sight is thanks to the witchy family tree, her painful history threatens to uproot her investigation. Can she lay the past to rest, or will this mystery bury her for good? End of that row. And one more. Serving Up the Truth by Deborah Klein. Amanda Knightley, known as the Deli Lady of Oak Hills, hustles behind the grocery deli counter in the cozy Chicago suburb, keeping her smile and her customers delighted, except for the arrogant young woman who dithers forever before storming off in a huff. When that same young woman is murdered and a family friend is arrested for the crime, Amanda is shocked. Convinced he's innocent, she swaps slicing for sleuthing and starts out on a roll, but things get as stinky as 3-week-old potato salad. Ew. When Amanda gets into big trouble and her list of suspects hits way too close to home. Can Amanda serve up the truth before it's too late? And that's all we have. And that's all we have for this week. Well, thank you guys very, very much. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good Friday. I don't have any sprints tonight. Our next sprints are tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you. If I don't, have a very good weekend. We are, after the last couple of days of being in the 80s, we are heading for the colder temperatures again. And supposedly this weekend we are having highs of the 30s. So, boosh, it is March. All right. Have a very good day. Hope you're reading good books. And as Elena reminded us, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.